Hi, my name is Lino and I'm the creator of this ice fishing gadgets. Today in this video I'm going to show you how to set them up and how they work. This is what I call motorized auto jigger tip-up. It's battery operated. Unscrew this wing nut, one turn, and lift up the stand straight up and tighten this bolt as hard as you can. Then open up the braces and replace the unit in front of the ice fishing hole. Now, if the rod holder is locked in place, like this one, unscrew this bolt, 4 or 5 turns, lift it up, and screw this bolt back in, all the way. Then position this balancer here, so you can see about a 3/4 of an inch or 1 inch of threads sticking out. That should work for most rods and reel. Then you get the fishing rod, drop the line down the hole to the depth where you want to fish, and then we're going to place the rod on the rod holder. We lock it in place with the square hooks. Now, I'm going to put the line on the line jigger. Now this, very important, this step here. Position the reel so where the line comes out from the reel, it's about 1 1/4 inch and a half away from the side of the rod holder. That's very important. Now, he has 2 speed. One is continuous speed, which runs at approximately 25 RPMs, or start and stop speed, which runs at approximately 35 RPMs. In start and stop mode, for this video, it's set to jig approximately 8-9 seconds, and then it's going to stop for 20 seconds, and then it's going to repeat the cycle. The units, they come already preset to jig about 8-9 seconds and stop for approximately 7-75 seconds. But those settings can be adjusted. Now, from here, you can adjust the sensitivity. Because what's behind there, it's one of this. And the bolt goes right across. So when we unscrew the bolt and it moves away from the magnet, you get less resistance. When it's in all the way, you get maximum resistance. I'll show you what I mean. I'll unscrew this. Okay, we'll screw this back in. This also has 2 jigging modes. One is what I call the sudden line drop, and one is smooth jigging. I'll show you about the sudden line drop. Here's what I mean about the sudden line drop. It gives the bait better action. Now it's going to stop for 20 seconds, then it's going to start. Now I'm going to switch to continuous mode. It's going to run continuously at a lower speed. Now, whether you're on continuous speed or start and stop speed, when the fish bites and it tips the rod down, the motor will stop and an alarm comes on. Like that. Now we're back in start and stop mode. The motor stops. Now, if for some reason you don't want to use the sudden line drop and you want to switch to smooth jigging, all you have to do is unscrew this pin here and hold the back here while you unscrew it. Don't push on it, otherwise you might snap it. And when the end of this screw it's flush with the bottom here, you line them up with this hole and screw this back in. Make sure there's no threads showing over here. Now we are in smooth jigging. Now, when you want to remove the rod to set the hook, all you have to do, over here, swing that, lift it up, and hopefully you'll reel in the fish. This is a 2-speed after jigger without hook setter. Loosen up the wing nut, one turn, lift up the stand, making sure it's sitting on the base, and then tighten up this wing nut as hard as you can. Then open up the braces. Place the unit in front of the ice fishing hole. Now, if the rod holder is locked in place, like this one is, to get it free, unscrew this bolt back here, 4 or 5 turns or whatever it takes to get it free. There it is. Then line up the end of the bolt with this hole and screw the bolt back in all the way. It doesn't have to be tight. Then get the fishing rod, drop the line down the hole to the depth where you want to fish, and then place the rod on the rod holder. Lock it in place with these L hooks. Now, this is important. Position the reel So where the line comes out is going to be approximately between an inch and a half. Between here and here. An inch, inch and a quarter, inch and a half, something like that. Now, this unit has two jigging mode. One is continuous mode and one is start and stop mode. On continuous mode, the motor will turn at approximately 25 RPMs, and in start and stop mode, the motor will turn a little faster at approximately 35 RPM. The start and stop mode, for this video, the timer is set to jig approximately 8-9 seconds, and then you're going to stop for 20 seconds, and then it will repeat the cycle. The units become already preset to jig approximately 8-9 seconds and stop for 75 seconds, and then it will repeat the cycle. But those settings can't be changed. So now we're going to touch the end of the rod to this pin and place the line over the end. As you can see, we have to make some adjustment. This is too long for this rod. If I was using a longer rod, it probably would have been okay. So we rub this around 2-3 times or whatever it takes to get it where you want it. Now, we're just about ready to put the line on the line jigger here. Now we have to attach this magnet switch to the bottom there. Because if you forget to attach this and you turn the switch on, you're going to hear that. Okay, here we go. I believe that's the start and stop mode. Yep. So it's going to stop now for approximately 20 seconds, and then it'll restart. Now we're going to switch to continuous mode, which runs a little slower, but it'll run continuously. Now whether you're running on continuous mode or start and stop mode, when the fish bites and the rod gets released from the pin, the motor is going to stop if it's turning, and the alarm will come on. Okay, the motor will stop. Well, if you want to remove the rod to reel in the fish, push this tail hook back, remove the line from the line jigger, lift up the back and swing it over, and hopefully you'll reel in the fish. And I think that's about it. So, thank you for watching and good luck fishing.